Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I hope you are all doing very well. In today's video, we will be doing the 2023 NRL preview of the Parramatta Eels. So I will kick off the first session with the Parramatta Eels in 2023, and that will be how many teams they play once and how many teams they play twice in 2023. Now, the teams that will be playing the Eels ones are the Sharks, West Tigers, Knights, Dolphins, Rabbitohs, Warriors, Dragons, and Raiders. And the teams that are playing the Eels twice as following: the Storm, Bulldogs, Seagulls, Panthers, Roosters, Cowboys, Titans, and Broncos. With their 5-day turnarounds, they have 3 5-day turnarounds the most, tied with a couple of other teams who have 3 5-day turnarounds this year. The Eels will have 3 byes in 2023, and they are in rounds 14, round 18, and in the final round, round 27. So round 26 will be their final game against the Panthers in 2023. Now I'm going to talk about how many times each day of the week, from Thursday to Monday, the Eels will play. As following, the Eels will play 5 Thursday night games, 8 Friday games, 5 Saturday games, 4 Sunday games, and 2 Monday games. The first Monday clash against the West Tigers on Easter Monday at Accor Stadium, and then the other encounter is on the Queen's birthday long weekend, or the King's birthday long weekend, as the Queen passed away in 2022. Don't know what it'll be called by then, but they'll be playing the Bulldogs, also at Accor Stadium, in round 15. Now I'm going to be talking about the games I'm looking forward to for the Parramatta Eels in 2023. Now I'll be only talking about the one team that they will be playing twice in 2023, and I think it's obvious who I'm going to be talking about. It is the Penrith Panthers, the team that beat the Eels in the 2022 NRL Grand Final. Now, that was a bit of a slaughter Grand Final for the Eels, as they would lose 28-12, one of the worst Grand Finals in recent memory. Now, I've already explained how I think the games will go in the Penrith video, so if you haven't seen that one, I'll just give it a short one this time. I won't go into depth. Excuse me. But pretty much is, after the Grand Final, a couple of certain Penrith players decided to go off the hook as they were drinking, especially Jerome Luai, who said, "Eels, who's your dad? Where your daddy now, motherfucker or bitch or whatever." Oh, I better be careful what I say now. Something along the lines, and he pretty much became the biggest wanker in the NRL. He still is, even though he has apologised. It's not good enough. He should know what to. He should learn to be better. But in round 4, they will clash against each other at CommBank Stadium. That's the grand final rematch. Jerome Luai will get screwed in that game. He's going to get heavily booed by the Parramatta fans. Boo him as much as you want, Parramatta fans. You've got my request to boo him as much as you can, even though you don't have to listen to me about it. But they also play in the Eels' last game of 2023 in round 26, as the Eels will have to buy in round 27. So by that point, the Eels could have an advantage of making the top 8 if they have fallen out of the top 8, and I'll get into that in a sec. But I will mention one more team I'm looking forward to. They are playing this team twice, and it is the Melbourne Storm. Now, why am I bringing up the Melbourne Storm? Well, one, because they are playing each other in the season opener of round 1 of the 2023 season at CommBank Stadium. Now, Eels have had the upper hand against Melbourne in the last couple of years. Melbourne are looking, and this will be a clash of game. This will be a clash game too, or like a statistical game. Now, Eels have beaten Melbourne in the last couple of games, but Melbourne have not lost a round 1 game since, I believe it's 2002 or 2003. Since Bellamy has been the coach for Melbourne, they have not lost a round 1 game. So it's going to be an interesting game. And also, Parramatta Eels come off a grand final loss. It'll be interesting to see how they will go in 2023. Excuse me. And then their other encounters in round 22. The Melbourne's the home team, but the venue is still unknown at this stage. This is because, like I've mentioned in my Melbourne video, they are affected by the Women's FIFA World Cup that's happening between the end of July and throughout much of August. So Melbourne will be on the road somewhere. It could be in Melbourne, could be in Adelaide even. I'm not too sure, but I'm hoping they will announce a venue for the Parramatta game, Melbourne Parramatta game, and also he also got another game this year where the venue has not been announced, and that is against my boys, the South Sydney Rabbitohs. Now, I am truly surprised that a venue has not been announced for the Rabbitohs Eels game. This will be another great game to look forward to against the Rabbitohs. You know, they've pretty much been the bogey team to the Rabbitohs, as Rabbitohs have beaten them in the last 8 or 9 encounters by 13 plus in most of the games, or even all the games. I'm not too sure. Now, a venue has not been announced. I don't know why. It's not during the Women's FIFA World Cup. If it's because Accor Stadium's not going to be used that week, well, the Bulldogs are using Accor Stadium in round 12 as well. Sure, it's on 2 different days, but Rabbitohs and the Dogs will be sharing Accor Stadium in some of the rounds because of the Women's FIFA World Cup as well in 2023. Well, so at this stage, I have no clue where my boys will play against the Para. I'm guessing it will be either at Allianz Stadium, because Rabbitohs could be moving to Allianz next year. I don't think they will, but it's worth a try, worth a guess. They could also play at CommBank Stadium, but it will give an advantage more to Parramatta because they play all their home games with the exception of one there. It could be at Industrial Group Stadium, where Rabbitohs would usually have a home game there, and it's also known as Central Coast Stadium. If you guys didn't know, they have changed the name, but I'm just going to call it Central Coast Stadium. That will be amazing, because I'm from the Central Coast, but if it does, it'll be interesting where this goes, regardless of where the game will be played at, or even will be played at Accor. I don't think it will. I will go to this game, regardless where it is. But anyways, that will come towards the end of that section. Now I'm going to talk about where do I think Parramatta will struggle the most in 2023. Now, this is 2 different sides you can pick. Now, the one I'm referring to, the first one, is the first 5 games. Now, the Eels will play 4 of the top 8 teams, starting off in the first 5 rounds. Now, luckily, they've got 3 home games out of the 5 during that part, so that shouldn't be too hard. They will be playing in order. They play Melbourne, Sharks, and then you got a game against Manly at 4 Pines Park in round 3. Playing against the grand final winner, the Penrith Panthers, in the grand final rematch, and then round 5 against the Roosters at Allianz Stadium. Now, that is a tough start for them. So I believe that will be the trickiest part for them in the 2023 season. But you could also say towards the back end of the season they will struggle a bit as well. As during the last 3 games in particularly, they played the Broncos at the Gabba, where Broncos are affected by the FIFA World Cup as well. Then they'll take on the Roosters in their second last game at CommBank, and then play against the Panthers in their last game of the year. But I believe the first 5 games will struggle them the most. They'll be their toughest start, as everyone is writing off the Eels to miss the top 8, but I'll get into that in a couple seconds. But that's a really tough start for the Parramatta Eels. And now we come to the last section of the video. Where do I think the Eels will finish in 2023? Now, mostly everyone's been writing off the Eels to miss the top 8 because they've lost a lot of key players like Isaiah Papali'i and Reid Marnie. Well, I know Eels will struggle a bit in 2023, but I don't think they will miss out on the 8. There could be a chance they will. They could still miss out, but I think the Eels will finish between 6th and 9th. I don't see them finishing any lower than 9th. I'll be surprised if that is the case, but I'm not writing off the Eels just yet. I wrote off the Eels a bit in 2022, as I wouldn't think they would make the top 4 or maybe make the top 8, but I was proven wrong. and I believe Eels will rebound throughout the season, and they could even make another grand final, but it's going to be a lot more tougher considering they don't have they've got a couple good key signings coming through, but the star power is what they're missing. But anyways, that's what I believe will happen. Eels will finish between 6th and 9th. Like I said in the other ones, I'll have my official ladder prediction video out sometime in February, before the NRL trials commences on the 9th of February. But anyways, everyone, this will come towards the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel if you are new around here. Turn on your bell notifications so you don't miss out on another video like this. Now, before I wrap it up, that Eagles will finish from 6th to 9th, like I said before. But anyways, hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.